Hello and welcome to Reel Roundtable. Thank you so much for joining us on our very first podcast episode. I do need to start with a little bit of a disclaimer before we begin. As you saw in the trailer, which by the way, thank you so much to everybody that listened and downloaded it. We are down a member. Our friend Alex just had too many scheduling conflicts and could not partake. But she sends her love. We'll definitely have her on for an episode. But in the meantime, you have us three. I'm Eric Marmolejo. I'm joined also by my co-hosts, Dean Weiss and even Stafford.
What's up, you guys? I'm happy to be here.
What's up, Doc?
Yeah. So a little bit of the logistics of how this goes. So all of us are film students. I'm specifically in the film theory program. So any analytical sense, any perspectives, any deep thoughts, genre, any theories, I'm all for that. These two are production majors. Dean is looking more into lighting and sound, I think is the correct
that's right.
thing. Okay. And then Ethan's got all the cinematography and
I'm also doing editing.
So in those areas for expertise, that's what we're doing. We're all providing our own deep perspectives into what we're learning and how we're taking it in the movies that we watch. And speaking of those movies, let's get right into it before our main topic. We start out every episode by getting our favorite movie of the week. So this is any movie that you saw this week. It doesn't have to be new, which could be anything you saw this week. My two co-hosts are currently looking, so I'm going to go first. This I actually just watched today in a film class, and it's more of a short film. It's like, I think only like 30 minutes in length. It's the Red Balloon from 1956, which is really like, think there's like a Pixar short that this concept that I'm totally blanking on that. Think that, but then at the ending, if it like went and was like up all of a sudden, that's basically this.
It's probably one of the best like short films I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I watch it.
Like,
Ethan has
yeah,
also watched it.
easily like for the time and the cinematography, and yeah, if you're not crying by the ending,
No, Jane.
it's so good.
That's
It's
my
so
pride
good.
for a movie was Manchester by the Sea. That's a whole another topic.
It's a very simple like concept of like bringing to life an inanimate object, but bringing that kind of like relationship bond and like that sense of like there's a lot of deep messages and meanings into that. That maybe we'll probably mention at some other point, but that one's a highlight for me. I've seen more full length things, but this stuck out to me this week. I would definitely say. Do you guys have your two now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what's your favorite movie of the week?
Recently, I guess what I previously saw in the theaters, and it's How to Make a Killing.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique film. You know, Glenn Powell kills half his family, and it's like in a way another choice where a man is driven by like money and they want to like kill anyone that gets in their way.
Yeah, I saw that with Dean as well. Very, very interesting. Yeah. Maybe I kind of feel like it's standard overall, but I think it's more just the fact that Glenn Powell is a very charming actor for me. So he can make anything work, I think, and I'll still have a very good time. But yeah, Ethan, what do you got for us?
So I didn't watch it this week because I haven't
That's
watched the
fine.
movie this week.
You can
But
just say, this is our first week, so you can honestly just say any week at this point.
also for a class, I watched Donnie Darko, and that was my second time I'd seen it, and I hadn't watched it for a good almost 10 years. And my initial, I was too young at the time, so it was a 3.5 star on Letterboxd. But we got it up to a 5 this time, and absolute banger. I think it really, really captures how a person can push through mental health and social anxiety and disorder and still help change the people around him for good. There's a lot to do with time travel and a rabbit, but I think it really, a lot of it symbolizes this kind of rabbit hole that we put ourselves into, and Richard Kelly directed it. Really good film. Highly recommend it. Jake Gyllenhaal's amazing.
Yes. Oh, that's a good recommendation. I love when film classes show some like absolute bangers. That was my stuff last semester. I got to see Scream in one class.
I just saw Scream last week, actually.
It holds up. It holds.
It's fun.
I'll get into that with like genre. Okay, so that's our 3 this week. So let's get into the actual meat of this episode. When this is expected to release, it should be just 3 days before the Oscars are set to take place. So we thought, why not make our predictions? So we're going to do this in an interesting way. I've printed out for us 3 the official 2026 Oscars ballot from Letterboxd, where basically we can fill out. I think it's supposed to be for like what you would want to vote for, but I feel like a lot of the choices of what we want to win are not is not what's going to end up winning. So
Yeah,
in some cases,
let's kind of say like what we think should win and what we want to win.
yeah,
Like,
we can add what we want
we'll
to win.
know.
But we're circling in each of the, well, except for short categories, because it's not very likely that we've seen.
Are we seeing documentary also?
And documentary. Documentaries and the shorts, because those aren't as accessible, but everything else is on the table. And for each of them, we're going to circle in which one we think is going to win. And we're set to record next episode before the Oscars take place. So when we get to recording our 3rd episode, at the end, we'll go back and look at our ballots, and whoever got the most predictions correctly gets prize that I'll find and figure out what it is in the coming weeks. So
It better be like 10 followers on Letterboxd.
15.
Can make that up. Can make that
And
up.
an AMC gift card.
Yeah. We're going to go.
AMC's better.
I have to agree with that as an A-list.
Hey,
As an A-list.
loser.
Should be.
Yeah.
I feel
A-list is
Letterboxd
the
in.
works of Regal.
Don't worry, you're about to get 2 experiences tonight.
Yeah. Now, maybe we can make a comparison. We're going to go see Scream 7 at Regal and Nirvana the band to show the movie at AMC.
So we're
Which,
gonna
by the
go.
way, my top film this year.
Strangest
Incredible.
double feature.
Strange double feature for sure.
It's not
It's like one of my lowest rated this year compared to like my highest rated.
Oh, okay. Now this is exciting.
Genuinely. Or
Right.
like versus my highest rated, actually.
We'll be locked in.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to go in the order of like top to bottom here, except this boxed one, which is the Best Picture, which we're saving for last, because once we get to this, we're going to take the 2 in the what? Ethan, you locked in, man. Locked in, bro. So when we get to Best Picture for the 2 that are in the race, then we're going to go into like specifics of our thoughts on that and what we took away from that. For these other categories, we're just going to go on like basis because there's a whole lot of them. All right, so we're starting with actor in a leading role. Okay. So we have, this is the order they put them in. Timothée Chalamet, Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan, Sinners, and Wagner Moura, The Secret Agent. Now, we're recording this after the 4 previous major award shows have taken place, being the Critics' Choice, Golden Globes, the BAFTAs, and the Actor Awards. And basically the winners in those shows, excluding sometimes actor, because that's just for only certain parts, but the winners of that determine what the race will be for the Oscars. So some of these have already basically been eliminated unless the Academy decides to shock us all or something. But otherwise, the race is for this category is between Timothy and Michael B. Jordan. And I'm going to have to say, because Michael B. Jordan only just won the Actor Awards, and the last time that was the case was last year with Timothée Chalamet, and he ended up not winning. So I think that might be the case with Michael B. Jordan. He definitely did a great job in Sinners, but I'm gonna have to go Timothy. He gave us like absolute in Marty Supreme. There's genuinely no other contention that I'm putting for that. What do you guys agree? What do you guys pay for?
You know what? Both Sinners and Marty Supreme are my top 2 favorite movies of the year. And it pains me to say, Michael B. Jordan was amazing. He was astounding. It took me halfway through. It was a double role, actually. But Timothy was born for this role. It was like, I could not see anyone else being like Marty Mouser. Like, he made the character. I would honestly say, like, it, because, like, compared to last year's movie that he got nominated, Bob Dylan, it's just a biopic. I mean, all he did was like, oh, I was like, mumble with this and sang, but like, for Marty Supreme, you actually pull like real emotion and like, you kind of like hate the character also as the story goes along. You're like,
That's it.
God, I want to like beat the shit out of this guy.
That's
So,
genuine.
I'm gonna go Timothy, but if Michael B wins, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Right. This is honestly one that I'm fine being wrong in. Like, I could probably do the easy thing and be like, maybe they'll do Michael B. Jordan or even pull something else out of their ass. But I just can't put anybody other than Timothy. I'm compiling a ranking for my main channel that I'm going to do pretty soon that includes Sinners. And I think the way I described it was the two Michael B. Jordan roles. I think Stack was the one that reminded me most of him in Black Panther, and Smoke is most like him in like the Creed movies, I think, or Fruitvale Station or something like that. Like individually, those two roles I still feel like are very similar to what we've seen Michael B. Jordan do already. I feel like the thing that makes it so outstanding and unique is that he's playing two at the same time. Whereas with Timothy, that was just completely like all out, completely unlike any performance he's ever had. So I just feel like that has to be where it lies. All right, so we have the actor in supporting role next. We have Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo for Sinners, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. Currently, the race is between Elordi, Penn, and Skarsgård. But Delroy was only nominated for the Oscars, so that almost gives me like kind of a thought of like maybe, but after the actor awards yesterday, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to say Sean Penn. I think Sean Penn's taking it because his performance, similar to like how you almost kind of like hate the character of Marty Mauser, it makes very easy to hate Sean Penn's character.
This guy,
very, very uncomfortable.
he's just like,
Do you like this? Do you like my performance? I love it. I hope you're uncomfortable at home watching
Yeah,
it.
it's just, and I feel like I haven't seen a lot of Sean Penn movies, and I feel like it is kind of similar, but he just did so well here that it's just I have to like I liked Stellan and I liked Elordi. Those were great wins when they happened, but yeah, I think there will be a lot more chances for Jacob Elordi, not so much for Sean Penn. I think it's deserved in this. What do you think, Ethan?
Yeah. No, Sean Penn definitely transformed into that character. I wasn't the biggest fan of One Battle After Another. More on that later, but
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
I honestly think, the acting was phenomenal, and I can't see anyone else in that role. So I think, Sean Penn will probably take it.
Jacob Elordi, I think you can. I'm gonna be honest, like, he was amazing as the monster, but you can see like literally anyone in that role.
Yeah. And his future is like he's only barely making like a career in these like elite cinematic movies, so he'll have definitely a lot more chances.
Sean Penn's definitely deserving of that.
Penn,
And Glory he's definitely going to be on the road again more.
Because here's the thing: the Academy really likes doing also just giving the award to somebody for like legacy, and in that case, I think Sean Penn absolutely would be something. And this time I'd be fine with that because his performance was great.
Yeah.
Okay, actress in a leading role. We have Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue, which I don't really agree with, Renate Rensve for Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia. This one, easy. It has been a sweep so far in the other award shows. It is 100% going to Jessie Buckley,
I agree.
which is just
so well deserved.
It is very deserved.
She made brought like a tear-jerking performance in this. Like when the ending scene when she's like seeing like the performance, she just reaches out like she hates her husband and like she comes to realize he was honoring the son well, and you just have to cry about like it was so sad.
Genuinely.
Yeah, and I've heard from a lot of adults, including my own parents, like Jessie Buckley's grief as like a mom is just so well captured on screen and just so real and vivid, and I feel like that performance is gonna stick with a lot of people for a long time, and and I'm so glad that she's been able to sweep so far, and I hope she continues.
Honestly, I love it.
I'd honestly say Jessie, Rose, and Kate basically played the same character in some regards.
Yeah, Rose was also like a mother going
right.
Tough thing.
Obviously, I think. Okay, I'll say that I did like Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue, but it is not Oscar worthy in any sense. Even if the year wasn't so competitive, I still don't think it just wasn't that like.
Ariana Grande was right there.
They honestly they could have. The
Easy.
actor awards did that.
I don't know about you,
They
but
could've
Emma
done
Stone
that,
was also
at
really
least.
good in that movie.
Yeah, Emma Stone was good.
Just
But out of those two similar roles, I honestly would say my favorite was Rose Byrne.
Rose Byrne
That
was
one was
honestly underrated.
right. That's very underrated. That one blew me away. But Jessie Buckley, I completely understand. I very much was also very much hooked with her character, especially with that like end sequence and like how she slowly gets moved by the play and the inspiration, like kind of going from being all judgmental to then being like
She
her heart
understands
gets like
really.
taken in and
It's
like
like
that's
that
when
one-
like the last like final shot with like all of them. Oh my god!
It's like when Danny DeVito, it's like
It's
zooms
just-
in on it. He's like,
It's a fucking- I get it.
I get it now. Like that's how I feel
Literally
like
that.
with him.
Literally that was literally me seeing Hamnet because I was like, this feels like such Oscar bait, and then I watched
Same
it.
here,
It's like
Like even here, he was like telling me, you gotta see him, and then I finally went and I was like, this can't be amazing. From I was like,
yeah.
I have to see him up.
I thought there wouldn't have been a better movie than Sinners, but there was.
Well, okay.
No, I'm kidding. For Best Picture, for Best Picture.
I don't think it was a better movie than One Battle and Sinners and Bugonia.
Yeah, two of those, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
But I-
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
We'll
maybe
find
it is
out.
right. We'll see. We'll get to the best.
Right.
I'll just say like maybe it was still like Oscar bait somewhat, but it worked. Something if it
But
works,
that's
it
how you
works.
do Oscar.
Right.
You
If you were like if you're gonna do Oscar bait, like you really gotta sell it, and they do. So
Yeah.
this one, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with this being a sweep. A lot more than Adrian Brody last year. This one I'm actually 100%
Sorry.
on for.
hate to make you
Sorry,
real
we're
pissed.
Brody haters over here, but we don't have to get into that because that's last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Except that I'm still holding on to beef, but that's if we did this podcast last year, we could do that. Not this time. Actors in a supporting role: we have Elle Fanning, sentimental value; Inga Ipsdotter, Diaz, sentimental value; Amy Madigan, weapons; Wamni Mosaku, sinners; and Tiana Taylor, one battle after another. And currently, the three race is Amy, Wamni, and Tiana. But I think
Tiana might end up getting this.
maybe I'm gonna say Tiana because even with the actor awards and like the Critics' Choice, those were very much like chaotic wins. Whereas Amy Madigan did great, but it's like such a performance that you would not expect to even be up there. And
Yeah.
I just don't see the Academy doing that for supporting because look at how it looked last year. Like where it wasn't even like a surprise. So I think, yeah, because the thing is like, even though Amy Madigan is like supporting, she's literally the lead antagonist of Weapons.
She terrified me when I
yeah.
like when I first saw. I actually legit was scared by that performance.
Yeah, like no, and it definitely was like a stellar performance, especially because like for horror, I want more wins in that genre because the Academy tends to overlook that.
Yeah. Still angry about Hereditary.
Right.
Hereditary was terrifying.
Yeah.
And even with last year's Substance only getting makeup and hairstyling was like the fuck.
Something was snubbed.
You got
I feel like it was
totally.
really
Yeah.
amazing.
No, we need more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad there's been more recognition this year. I just don't think it's going to be.
I think I have a
Yeah.
good feeling this year for next year's Oscars, we're gonna get a lot more horror.
Oh, definitely.
We're definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm more so like I hate that this is the only category Weapons is in because I just don't think like Amy Madigan. It's like Kieran Culkin all over again, where it's like, are you really supporting? Because at the end, it like pulls so much onto you, and you're like,
With the Kieran Culkin thing, it just felt like they want to give him an award for something, but they knew, oh, best actor's already stuck. We might as well just give him supporting. Like,
I would have set him over Brody, but again, that's last year.
I mean, I felt it was the lead over Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
It was his movie mostly.
With that said, everyone was very pleased with the Tiana Taylor wins that did happen. So I think,
One battle.
and they're both tied at 2 right now, I think. So I think it's going to tip in her favor.
Yeah. Tiana
Okay.
Taylor, definitely. Actually.
Those are really the only ones we have to go off of race. Everything else can be very open-ended, minus Best Picture, which we'll get to. Okay, next we have animated feature film. Sorry, we're not doing the
Let's
short.
skip the short. We're doing the.
That was a Freudian slip. We have Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, and Zootopia 2.
Yeah.
I will say Zootopia 2 won the BAFTAs and then I think some other, but that's only because they didn't have K-pop Demon Hunters nominated, and
They're going
they're
This will
sweeping.
No,
Like,
seriously.
K-pop He's the Frozen of the 2020s, basically. It's like
Yeah.
that one movie that's not gonna leave. It's
Yeah.
There's way too much traction behind it.
Right. I did unironically like Zootopia 2 a little bit more.
Zootopia
And
2 is really
Really?
my favorite of them is Arco. Arco
Okay.
was
I gotta
absolutely
I'm going
completely
I mean,
that's in my top 10.
I saw Elio, and it's the most forgettable movie, I think.
Yeah. I haven't seen Little Amelie because it's like impossible to find, but I don't think it's gonna get anything anyways. But it's just more at this point, especially with like the animated ones, it has to. A lot of the success also has to go into it as well.
Mm.
And that #1 movie on Netflix, all the songs were like
Sony is like now just won the theaters, and like the motion to go was from the studio brought you K-pop, like they were
right.
super.
They don't even put Spider-Verse anymore. They
did,
but like they're putting that first.
No.
And even with like K-pop Demon Hunters, they've already announced a sequel. So like they're going in very. This has it in the back. Yeah, you guys are putting all that too.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Oh wait, I didn't ask for leading and supporting, but you guys have Buckley and Tiana for that one. As
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
Yeah, I have Tiana and Amy, the big.
And Amy, I would stick. Yeah, just one per.
I think I'll do Tiana.
Yeah, that's one per the category. Let's not cheat here.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Okay, we have casting next, which I guess you could also say is the actor award equivalent from the like ensemble, although I still kind of treat that as best picture because
It's Stairway of Best Picture.
It's kind of like similar. There's 5 of them here that are all also best picture nominees. We have Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, and Sinners. And I'm going to say with the other casting awards that they've done, it's also been a sweep. It's been 100% for Sinners. So I'm going to lock that in just because like the people that they chose specifically for their cast in Sinners is all phenomenal.
Sinners is amazing. Like I think this is the one they're locked in.
That's
like,
locked in. Or just consider that like they have someone in their like in their acting debut in this movie, and he does as phenomenal as he does.
Sammy was honestly one of my favorite acting performances.
Shout out Miles Caden, like genuinely,
dude, you're going so places.
What a phenomenal actor. So I have that locked in. I do think that's why, because for the actor awards, it was ensemble in a feature film, which is almost like because it was casting. So I think that's kind of why Sinners won there. But yeah, definitely here locked in for casting. Yeah. Do you guys have?
Yeah, Sinners also.
Sinners.
I'm going with Sinners.
Sinners, all right. Next, we have the cinematography that is between Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams. I'm going One Battle.
I'm going One Battle.
I'm going Train Dreams.
Okay.
I think One Battle After Another will probably be favored, but I think that
I see
visually, I think Train Dreams is just...
Wait, I do see what you're saying. Like Train Dreams did have like this stunning like
right.
It's very much
gets chopped, the camera's still stuck on it, and it's just also over.
Just visually, Train Dreams was just like so immersive.
We're gonna talk about it when we get to Best Picture, but I'm going with One Battle because there's a lot of cinematography elements that this director is very well known for, but that all of them, it's a very thought out film cinematography wise. So I just have to think like in that level. But yeah, I'm going One Battle. You're going One Battle. Dean's going One Battle. Ethan's going Train Dreams.
I'll change to One Battle. I'm kidding.
Yeah, what would you over there actually?
I'm gonna have 2 battles if you do that.
I invite Alex. So great. Yeah.
But have another battle after another, man.
Say that again.
Yeah, we got costume design. We have Avatar, Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. I think because the awards are not going to go in this way in other categories, I think it's going to go more for Frankenstein than anything else.
I'm actually putting down Sinners.
Oh, wait, you know what? I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of something else. You're right.
Sinners,
absolutely.
These costumes, well, except Avatar.
I feel like the only one we can rule out is Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
I feel like, Marty Supreme looked good, but you have Hamnet, Sinners.
Yeah, Hamnet was like those classically good. Frankenstein, but Sinners, I think.
Avatar with all the identical mocap suits.
Oh, yeah, that's Hey, no. Wow, it's kind of wicked. They forgot about another movie to put here.
It is crazy. I know that's a snub.
Yeah, we'll get that's fair.
Avatar in here is so wicked.
Avatar, No, Avatar visually,
But Sinners has to take Marty Supreme, like what you said, was just regular clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of
Took the
these,
time.
it's because they're period pieces, so the costumes are period,
Totally.
which
Yeah.
is the same for Sinners, but
And I
one,
feel like, yeah.
I think the 1930s look is just, that's incredible.
And Ann Lee should have been on here.
Right.
Testament
Oh,
to-
Ooh, Ann Lee would have been.
But like
Yeah.
Sinners' costumes are actually pretty iconic. Like now you see like the poster of Michael.
Really, like
the
people are
tank
really
top
looking
and,
at
like,
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
people wearing that for Halloween.
No.
It's like an iconic.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Will Hawkins.
And we'll get to it when we'll actually discuss Sinners, but there's a sequence where it's like they don't even stay to just the 30s, so there's even that to consider.
yes, I know.
So, yeah. So I think that one I feel pretty confident with. They might go with Frankenstein, but I was like, for me, Sinners, that feels like absolutely
Let me be frank with you, Stein.
genuine.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing about that.
No Fantastic Four. Now say it. Start.
Yeah.
No, we're locked.
What's like?
Superman.
We'll get to
Actually,
that. We'll get to
we'll
that.
get to those in a minute.
Well, that one is a specific one. Best directing, we have Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh
Okay, you
Safdie,
stop there.
Marty Supreme.
You can stop at Chloe Zhao.
Josh Safdie.
No, read the rest. Read the rest.
Yeah.
We just saw that Ryan Cooper.
Brian Cooper, Sinners, Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another, and Joaquin Trier, Sentimental Value. I'm going to think I'm putting Paul Thomas Anderson.
Same here.
I-
I think you should put Paul Thomas to join that.
He's
Wait, what about Paul Thomas Blanderson?
For his pencil at you and show you. Okay.
Yeah, Chloe Zhao.
we're okay.
Chloe
You can
Zhao-
put Chloe Zhao.
Just
Chloe
yeah,
Zhao
lock
makes
her.
Good. Josh
Yeah.
Safdie.
Yeah.
Safdie films never get made, so I think this is
No.
a big deal.
I think that would be a big deal, but also Paul Thomas Anderson has never won in this category.
Coogler.
And right.
This was an original idea he
Yeah.
had for
Yeah.
years, so like that's
He
Praise
did
to
shoot
that.
on IMAX. So.
All these, I just want to say that all these are phenomenal directors. They did great with their works.
some sentimental value.
Wow.
What?
We did disagree
I'm
there.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I guess we could say that now because it's not going to be when we do Best
It's
Picture.
not.
Dean was not a fan of Sentimental
I'm
Value.
sorry. It didn't click with me. It's not a terrible movie. It's pretty good though. But it's just like I don't think I'm gonna like. It's because like handing it to the plot a bit better with the father relationship. So I don't know.
Mm.
It's weird for me.
Mm.
Yeah, I could understand why. I do understand. Yeah. With that said, I think PTA had the best directed film. That he really just put his absolute all into everything. So that's my direction. I'm going PTA. Dean's going PTA. Ethan's going Chloe Zhao, which I think is a perfect choice too.
Chloe Zhao is also really good.
Yeah,
that's
not right. I wouldn't be either. A lot of these, even if it technically means like a loss
It's like
for the
a
third
happy
episode,
loss.
I still know that it's genuinely pretty stacked this year, so I'd be fine with that. Okay, we're skipping the documentary ones and going to film editing, which we have F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners.
Can I talk a little bit about this one?
Yeah.
Go nuts.
Okay. So film editing, F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Sentimental Value, Sinners. I think we can only keep F1 and Sinners. I think Sinners, I'm going to say F1 for this one solely because Sinners is in the visual effects category and we're going to get to visual effects, but Avatar is also in there. So we'll think about that one. But I think F1 from the director of Top Gun Maverick and Tron Legacy, two absolute banger films. I think, we can just lock him F1 in, especially what he was doing with the mounted cameras and the length of the film.
Helicopter shots.
So, yeah.
Because with the cinematography is also great, but it would not hit in the way it does if the editing wasn't like on top, like very fast paced, the perfect kind of thing you would need in like flying like fighter jets or Formula One racing. It was perfectly fit.
Or light cycles.
Or light cycle. Or anything like that.
Lots of Tom Cruise and Brad Pitts.
Right. Or just, went for Brad Pitt. I think F1 has it locked in here.
Yeah, I agree.
There's three other categories that it's in that I don't really agree with it, but for editing, I think that's a fair one. So I think all three of us are going F1.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Should we do international? I've only seen two of them.
For international?
Actually, wait, only one.
Well, okay. I think the race is between
Secret Agent, Sentimental.
Okay, I would say, we have international feature film. We have The Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, Sirat, and The Voice of Behind the Job, which I have not seen that last one because that comes out. Well, I actually saw it was already out on digital, but I didn't see where, and I have to look for it. Some of these are impossible to find, but I've seen all of the other ones, and I do think it's between, because the Secret Agent hasn't been really getting much. I think it has been winning international, so I do think it's, you know what, sentimental value, I don't think is going to get the love that it has in the nominees.
Really?
I really think it's between Secret Agent or It Was Just an Accident.
Okay, I can see.
Maybe leaning more towards the Secret. You know, I'm going to put the Secret Agent.
I'm putting
my
Sun
favorite-
I would go Secret Agent.
Yeah.
Really?
My favorite is It Was Just an Accident, but I don't think that's going to happen. I would love for it to, but I think it's going to go to the Secret Agent. They already gave Brazil a win last year, so
Ooh.
I feel like they would go that way again, especially with how much it's been in these other categories. If they're not going to give it anything else, they're going to give it international. So I'm going in that way, especially because it wasn't even, yeah. Skipping short. All right, makeup and hairstyling. We have Frankenstein, Kokuho, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, and shout out Benny Safdie, and The Ugly Stepsister, which I actually have seen all of these in this category. And if I can give a little bit of a brief, because most people probably don't know Ugly Stepsister and Kokuho in those categories. Ugly Stepsister is here because they basically do a bunch of like old century.
It's a body horror, right?
Right. It's
like
body horror, like the
Substance, that's what I
Substance.
heard.
It's the Substance, but Bridgerton. It's like, but it's
Oh,
and it's like
oh.
set, but it's like the technology. So like, in order to do the facial surgery, they have to like chop into like her face and like it's so gross. And I already couldn't do it with the Substance, but this was even worse. And the movie wasn't even that good to really combat it. I don't think so. Kokuho is on here because that's about the art of kabuki. So that's those costumes,
Okay, I can
the
see
faces
that.
on there. That's fair. I don't even know why Smashing Machine is on here.
Because
it's
Just Dwayne Johnson.
because like
they
Josh
went
has
for
to,
Benny
you
Safdie.
Yeah.
listen.
It would have been
Hey, at least Dwayne Johnson finally got a movie nominated, just not for him. Just
right.
I was so excited about Dwayne Johnson's acting debut in this.
Wow, I'm so excited. He peaked so hard this he went back to the jungle for Jumanji 3.
No, literally. Oh my, well, not even because he's going back to that.
Oh, it is jungles waiting.
With that said, I think it's between Frankenstein or Sinners, but the sweep has been towards Frankenstein, and
It's
I think
definitely
it has to get
Frankenstein.
something.
This is the one where
Right.
Frankenstein will lock
Right.
in.
I mean, look at Jacob Elordi's face.
It's
Like,
freaky.
like, come on.
A lot of people have.
That's fucked.
Yeah, for Wuthering Heights and
That's true.
Euphoria, chill.
Yeah, if you want the real face of Elordi, you got those. But if you want
Go watch
like a
Saltburn, you
yeah,
freaks.
or watch Sulfur. But if you want like a complete transformation, it's Frankenstein. It's 100% Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I think
So
you agree?
100% Wicked
Yeah,
for
I think so.
good. 100% Wicked for good.
This guy here's disappointed.
He's really trying his
Let me
best.
be frank with you, Si. Look, it's not in here. It's gone for good.
Locked out.
Locked out. Sorry.
All right. Music.
Music original score.
Okay.
Jerskin, Fendrix, Begonia, Alexander Desplat, Frankenstein, Max Richter, Hamnet, Johnny Greenwood, One Battle After Another, and Ludwig Göransson, Sinners.
I
This
don't
is
think
another.
Sinners-
It's gonna be golden.
This is
No,
that's not
this is
this
easy.
category.
No.
Oh,
Skip
sorry.
that.
No, no.
I was looking at the other one. Okay, yeah. Ludwig Göransson, Sinners.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this is
Locked
going
in.
down.
This has been an
was
absolute
looking- okay.
sweep for Sinners.
Sinners is about music.
Category-
Like,
yeah,
what the
that
hell?
is their music. That is 100% like these other ones aren't even worth discussing because they're all good, but this is 100%
Yeah, this
built
is
I
for
think-
original score.
No music.
Max
There's
Richter
not
might be
even
the
any worth going over.
Wait,
to.
yeah, actually,
Max Richter might be the
Max
butthead
Richter-
Max
because
Richter-
Ludwig Göransson did win 2 years ago for Oppenheimer.
That is true.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
think about this. Like, I think for music, it doesn't really matter that much because a
Yeah,
lot of composers like John Williams
John
Yeah.
Williams was all
constantly gets like again and again and again for music. It's not like
Yeah,
It's
no
not
hate. Love Ludwig Göransson. Love you on Mando,
No, that's true.
but
oh he
I think that
well then,
I think it'll be. I think it's they're both the same.
Yeah.
I think so. But based on the sweep, I just think it's.
yeah.
I'm gonna lock it in there. But are you putting Ludwig though?
Yeah,
I'm doing
Ludwig
It's-
Göransson.
Yeah.
I just want to shout out some Max Richter.
Right, sure.
That was
And all these soundtracks, like I said,
Yeah.
song
all these scores,
Sad one.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I just think it's gonna go to Sinners because that
Okay.
one was transformative.
Original
Great.
song.
Now we're up to original
Yes.
song, best original song.
Lava chickens for
Yeah.
Minecraft. Come on.
An honorary a Steve's Lava Chicken? Where the hell is Steve's Lava Chicken?
We need Minecraft representation. No Jack Black for
I know.
Where
Not
the
even
hell-
visual effects. Come on.
Not even.
Come on,
So they
those
Yeah.
visuals look good.
biggest movie of the year, and it's not even on here.
I know. I love it when they do the chicken jockey meme and then change the chicken 7 months later.
Oh fuck.
Oh, you know, I loved it when Steve realized it wasn't about the chicken jockey. It was about the friends he made along the mines where he crafted.
So that's a wrap. Next podcast, we'll be talking about Minecraft.
Next podcast, I'm gonna explain why Naked Gun needs all these awards. Where's Liam Neeson?
All right, well, we'll jump.
All right, what
All
should
right,
you get
we
back?
got
So it's going to be golden.
Diane Warren.
You're gonna go up.
Okay, you guys are. I know what it's
Sorry.
gonna be, but I want to get at least here because
Okay,
I am
but
gonna think
also,
about it. When
I Lied to You is a strong
Okay.
second.
okay,
Oh,
Yes.
shit, I'm sorry.
so we have Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless, Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters, I Lied to You from I Lied to You from Sinners,
Yahoo!
Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verdi, which I haven't seen, and Train Dreams from Train Dreams. These other two are not happening. This one is also not happening, but I have to give a shout out to Dear Me because this Diane Warren has been relentlessly trying to get her original songs winning at the
Wasn't she
Oscars.
nominated before?
Yeah, she's been nominated a whole bunch of times. She's been nominated
know.
for almost the past 30 years.
Wow.
And every time she's in the nomination, she loses. And I'm sorry, Diane. I watched your documentary. I have a little bit more sympathy towards you and I'm rooting for you more. I just don't think it's happening this year because even if it wasn't even without the winner that I'm about to put here, I don't think so. If it wasn't that, it would be I Lied to You Sinners because that is a lot of it does have to go with the cinematography and how the actual scene is, but even the song itself.
The song puts you in the mood.
Oh, again, we already talked about Miles Caden, phenomenal singing voice. He
Loved him.
really brings in that early 30s blues sound. So that's easily my favorite song of the whole movie, 100%. With that said, this is a K-pop Demon Hunters year. It's been sweeping golden. It was even at the Grammys.
Like you said, it's at Frozen. Frozen won for Go and anime. It's gonna do this again. K-pop is gonna.
When this kind of song has the impact that it has, there's genuinely no other way. So I'm locking in. I'm golden.
I'm golden.
Yeah, we're going golden.
We're all
I'm going. Okay, that's the last joke on me.
That's
That's the last joke.
It's
just
true.
fun to-
Dude.
It is though.
You're K-popping off with those ones.
K-pop and off. Man. Shout out K-pops with Anderson Paak out this
All right.
weekend.
Production
Okay,
design.
best production design. We have Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. This is going, I think.
Hamnet.
Actually, I'm with Hamnet on this.
Yeah.
Hamnet, I think that makes sense.
Because
Yeah.
think about this. I think this is one where Hamnet can actually walk in because he took an old countryside, and when she walks in, it's this big amphitheater, and
Yeah.
it's so grand to see this giant stage, and also the shots in the house.
The opening shot with the trees.
Yes,
and
I think
Yeah.
this is going to Hamnet. Honestly,
I really
Yeah.
lock in Chloe Zhao right now.
Legitimately.
Jesse
Yeah.
Buckley.
Yeah.
You're gonna understand that. Because I don't just have a film background too. I also did theater for a long time. So I really appreciate whenever that gets a deep, genuine shout out in film. And we have that in the form of Hamnet. Kokohua was the same thing. Sentimental Value was the same thing. I really love when films do that as well. So to have the usual production sets of the London cottages, but also have the old globe over there is wonderful. It's it's very varied. So I think I have to agree with that. Even though I think Frankenstein or Sinners has more of a chance, but I have to say Hamnet. I think
Oh yeah, Hamnet
Mhm.
is revel.
that, yeah, I really love that
I'm going
mix.
for Hamnet.
I'm going Hamnet, you're going Hamnet, Dean's going Hamnet.
We're going
Ethan
Hamnet.
is- We're all going
Yeah.
Hamnet. All right.
Sound.
Sound, F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Sirat.
Can I mean, you said earlier on the sound. I want to say something about this one, but
Yes, please.
okay. I haven't seen Sirat yet, but I've seen Frankenstein, One Battle, Sinners, and F1. I gotta say, this is where F1's gonna lock in the most because, like what you even said earlier with the editing, it makes you feel like you're actually there. You're actually watching the race. The first time I saw in IMAX, it was loud. That when the cars just zoom by the camera, you actually feel it. You actually feel the momentum that you're actually in Vegas watching this race going on. You guys agree, right?
Oh, absolutely.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can lock in F1 for sound.
I think I'm gonna lock that in too.
Yeah. Runner up would probably be Sinners. I think.
Yeah, Sinners probably
Just yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Even though a lot of that has to do with the score again.
Totally.
Yeah, but I do think that makes sense. I do want to say I was thinking about it a little bit. I feel like, to give you guys insight, because you guys didn't see Surratt, I feel like that's only really on here because it's about going to raves and being at a rave, where it's obviously very known for like loud sound.
That feels like cheating.
That feels like cheating to me.
Yeah,
Because I was thinking about the sound use in the rest of the movie, and it feels pretty standard. I like the movie overall, but I was thinking, like, beyond that, I was trying to, because I was watching it after it had already been nominated for Best Sound, and I just was trying to observe where else that could be, and beyond the rave setting, I just didn't see it. I guess it makes sense, but yeah, I'm gonna have to lock in F1, because you just can't go wrong with those race car sounds, like,
Yeah.
vroom vroom. Genuinely, all of us are going F1 on that one. Visual effects is very controversial.
This
We
seems like a
got
joke, honestly.
it's usually kind of like a
You guys don't think it's the Lost Bus?
this one is usually a
Let's go.
popularity contest, but this year, oh my god, we have Avatar: Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus.
What the hell is that?
and
That's the first
Sinners.
time I've heard.
Okay,
Jurassic, get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here. You are not. No, you're not invited to this.
I will never forgive how that. I was kind of vibing the first, at least the first Jurassic World. I was kind of vibing
The
with.
first one is like
The first one's-
actually good.
yeah.
Right.
Then it
first
just
one
went
was-
downhill, and then this one was like,
We're at the point where we're not even making dinosaurs anymore.
Yeah.
They're
You just
just-
lose all feeling with dinosaurs when you can't
Milk.
differentiate between.
Dominion
No.
is still one of the worst movies I've seen in theaters.
Yeah. This one might be worse.
Think
From the-
possibly Sinners could maybe win just because of the digital face replacement and yeah, I think Avatar
I
definitely.
think this might be. I'm going Avatar.
Towards
on
Avatar's
this.
on.
Avatar needs to get
Sinners,
something.
I think
Yeah.
could also be a possibility, but
The thing is, I feel like it's going to win in so many other categories. They have to give Avatar something.
Yeah.
I think.
instead of Jurassic World, I would have put Superman in here. Superman.
Or, yeah. Superman
Thunderbolts.
or Thunderbolts / maybe Fantastic Four instead of Lost Bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
mean,
Because,
Superman
Yeah.
actually look really good this year.
yeah, here's the perspective. When these were announced, the only one I hadn't watched was The Lost Bus, because I was like, what the hell is even that?
It's like,
It's on Hulu. I watched it. Literally, it's just because there's a shit ton of fire everywhere. But, like, that's it.
just
I was
watch
like,
Oppenheimer.
Genuinely. Or just like, I don't know.
Just
that's
watch Die by Love.
That feels unfair. I
You're
was like, that's
never
not.
talking about. I hate
Yeah.
that movie.
Like, how are you going to pit that against, like, visual effects that are genuinely, like, making new characters come to life? And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is already the third time this has happened, but, like, you're up against Avatar any year, you can't compete with it.
I can't
I
even
just-
wrap my brain around the mocap with live actors with water sims. Like,
and the water, like, combining
yeah,
all.
I don't. Yeah.
There's too many of the,
It's too much.
like, the fabricated environment, everything. There's only so many few options that are genuinely, like, live action people. So that has to ultimately be, that has to go and be visual effects. All right, before our best picture, we have the 2 writing categories versus adapted screenplay. We have Bugonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams. I'm locking in One Battle. It's been
Okay.
sweeping.
Hear me out. One battle, I want us to give this, but this might be a Hamlet for me.
I understand why.
But I think they're going to go and give it. One battle is really good. Like the way they adapted that into like that, that's like
Yeah,
phenomenal. But
Yeah.
this is hard.
right.
Even Bugonia, I want to give it something because
Yeah.
I love Bugonia.
I can give these out, and all of these I'd be pretty happy with. This
I
is
think
just
it's
one of, we're at the categories where I'm kind of locked into my own answer, because I think there's just some where it's like undisputed, this has to win. And I think One Battle is like way too.
But like Hamnet, it's like the writing is so good, and One Battle After Another only having like good writing for about 30 minutes.
Even shut
Okay.
the
It's
fuck
just,
up.
it's
Shut
kind
the
of.
fuck up. I love
it's-
One battle after another.
it-
Please.
You come to the cinema club, I will dress as Leo's character. I'm not kidding. I will come dressed and be like, all right, where is he? Where is he? Where's that guy to rate that movie 3.5?
I'll be
Yeah, I'm DiCaprio. I'm fucking Leonardo
I'm
DiCaprio.
gonna force you to be Sean Penn.
I'd rather costume design like Emma Stone.
Okay.
You take that
Okay.
back.
I mean,
hey, I like her
that's fair.
costume in all our movies. They for figs. I'm kidding.
Oh,
But I think somebody's missing for adapted screenplay. Where's Naked Gun? That was.
genuine.
Yeah.
That's how you adapt like an old.
Naked Gun, Minecraft. It's a lot of good
A lot of
ones.
films.
You're forgetting Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah, that was peak. Yeah.
Tron
Yeah.
Ares.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
No.
Actually, Tron Ares could have been in visuals. Like,
Yeah, it could have been.
eventually, if
Yeah, it should
when you
have been.
did something, that's where you should have gone.
Exactly.
genuinely.
We do need some Tron love, especially Legacy.
Yeah, Jared Leto for Best Actor. Jared Leto.
Where was it?
Where's Jared Leto?
Hey, Paul.
Bring in the Morbius. All right.
Morgan.
I think now we're
Yeah,
rich.
I'm locking that in.
Yeah.
I'm hearing you guys
Definitely
out,
him.
but I'm putting okay.
I-
you
I
guys,
think- yeah, I'm
if
sorry.
you guys get that against me, I'll probably I get that. But I think
2 pizza nights.
3.
I don't know. I was kind of like, yeah, I hear that. I just think that kind of like you also have to think about like the topical time period, and I can't shake past it. In another year, I probably would have said 100% Hamnet, but I feel too confident about one battle to switch it.
Yeah.
That'd probably be second. Maybe it'll bite me in the ass, but we'll see. And then we have Best Original Screenplay. We have Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners.
I'm locking Sinners for this. There's no other contest.
I'm gonna also, that's a sweep.
We're-
I'm gonna
we're all in
100%.
agreement.
I love you,
So I
Marty
can
Supreme, still, please. I love you,
Yeah.
Marty Supreme,
Yeah.
because today.
No,
I will
same.
say, Marty Supreme felt like a lot of Chalamet ad-libbing in a way. So
That's why I'm saying it's more Chalamet's movie. Like, it's not.
I don't think overall that's really. And then Sentimental, I could also see just like maybe not
Blue
entirely.
Moon is honestly underrated. Like,
My favorite of the screenplays is Blue Moon. Or
Blue
It's
Moon
Just
I
an
want to
Accident.
give, but no, my favorite is
Yeah.
Sinners.
I just think, Sinners is there's too many banger lines from Sinners to not have that.
Sinners that
win.
is.
I have that locked in. All three of us are locking that in. Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident. Those are also favorites of mine that I probably would like a bit
second
more.
favorite Marty Supreme
But
song.
Sinners is locked in.
And finally,
And with that, we have Best
Best Picture.
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 Any categories here. We have
Wicked for Good.
You Wish Brothers,
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun, a Minecraft movie,
Oh, and Superman. Come on.
Forget Superman.
Go see.
Okay.
Today.
We have Bugonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty
the goat.
Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. And based on the Oscars race for this, because Golden Globes isn't usually like considered,
It's between.
it's
three.
between One Battle and Sinners. So let's do Sinners first. This is going to be the portion where we now actually go and full discuss.
So
those films.
Could I just say that I think I want Hamnet to be
that's
the fun
totally fine. No,
Yeah.
Hamlet's
That's
okay.
fair. Hamnet is sort of in the race because it did win Best Drama at the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
But Emilia Perez also won Golden Globes. So it's not like Golden Globes isn't like a definitive.
But Hamlet is like 100 times better.
I'd
than Amelia
say that.
Perez.
Actually, you know what? Do we want to make that the race of three? Like
I think
one
it's a
battle
3
series?
rate.
Okay, let's do that then. Let's do Hamnet. Let's get into Hamnet then.
Hamlet was also like a Golden Globes. And
Yeah.
think about this. Emilia Perez got fucked because like the recent tweets about like I think one of the lead actors kind of screwed up. That was like
Right.
the controversy. Oh wait, we really do not want to support this anymore.
Right.
And
Yeah.
the fact that she refused to apologize even.
Yeah.
That makes like no, we're not giving it anymore.
Yeah.
So let me be the first to say
Yeah. You want to talk about Hamnet first?
Hamlet, I think I would be happy if this gone. Hamlet was one of the first movies in a while actually made me cry. Cause like, I'm gonna say this. The most underrated child acting is a movie.
I love what. Oh, sorry, continue.
You go.
I want to say I love what Chloe Zhao can do with landscapes. I feel like that's not
Yes,
touched a
that's
lot
great.
in her films. Even Eternals, I feel like visually she knows how to make like just a sea of sand look good, and like it just
A forest, basically, like, yeah, it makes it look good.
Yeah.
Like, I really hate Eternals, but
Yeah.
I will lie, it's visually.
yeah.
Right.
I think Eternals is peak, but
Think
Get
the
out.
same.
But Jordan Peele, get out.
Yeah, as we say it as Jordan Peele.
by Jordan Peele, nope.
Nope.
By Jordan Peele, hopefully his fourth movie, fuck you.
Oh, yeah. What are you talking about? His fourth movie's him.
I never saw it because I also never saw Daniel Day-Lewis's Grand Return.
Yeah.
I heard it was
Anemone.
I don't think I did either.
forgettable.
That's fair.
What about you?
Yeah, that's all very. So I've been doing a lot of theory analysis for my different classes. So I kind of put all the best picture categories and kind of like categorize them as what they would be. And I think there's such a thing as like structuralism and post-structuralism. I'm kind of putting the two of them together because this thing is like, if there's any film that really handled their topics of like family, grief, authorship, it's Hamnet. They're just the patterns, instabilities. This was the best one to do it. Even if it's like a biopic. I feel like even if you're a biopic, you can still, as long as you do it well, you can, then it still works for me. And it really did. Just again, these life and death themes, authorship, because obviously there's probably nobody more famous in the playwright community than William Shakespeare. But to handle this in this direction, especially to focus on the creation of like Hamlet of all of his plays, was already very interesting. I know there's a book, Hamnet, that this is more based off of, but just to get that look, and very interestingly, to not have William Shakespeare really be the primary focus and to instead make it
His wife.
which I do find very funny. The book did this too, is that she's named Agnes Shakespeare instead of like the original maiden name of Anne Hathaway, because that is confusing in today's times. And yeah, so in this movie they have it, she's Agnes Shakespeare. And again, like we said, that performance is just absolutely incredible. That one's an easy sweep. And yeah, it's a little bit of like unreliable narration from her. It almost makes her feel like she's a co-author because of how much of the connection she has to their actual son, Hamnet, and boring Hamnet's ghost, spoiler alert, to like hundreds of years ago, but their son died. But like the parallel with his ghost and then William Shakespeare showing up as a ghost himself, a lot of these mirrored themes, the theoretical sophistication, the literary deconstruction of both the Hamnet book and the original Hamlet play, just really balancing out comfort and then post-structural, the doubt. There's a lot of questions that I came out of seeing. To me, it's not just like biography. It is a machine that is unpacking itself by bit. So that's my takeaway with that. We'll do Sinners next. And I like the order that you guys are sharing on this. So what do you want to take away first from Sinners, your expertise?
Sinners might be, in my opinion, this might be an extreme hot take, but this is personally because out of all the films that have been released 2025, this is how you do an original movie. I cannot name a single bad thing about this. I think a lot of people who I ask, like, they say, oh, the film gets boring in the beginning, but then, like, once the bar happens, like, that's when the reaction starts. I think it actually starts, like, okay, it's not that big, but, like, Michael B. Jordan's role is, like, okay, I kind of like the character dynamics he has. Like, he's pretty popular in the town. Then the music starts. And, like, that's when you're being taken away into this land. You're being, like, wow, you see, like, the real dangers the characters are living in. It makes you feel for some of the characters. Like, when they're arguing about who's the vampire, it's like, oh, I don't want to take the car. Like, you fall in love with these characters. You fall in love with the world. I think Sinners might go hands down as a new revolution in horror in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about the sound a little bit for Sinners when we were on that category, which I do still think is kind of more tied into how well the score is. But like you said, you're also on lighting. And I know for a fact that I was blown away with
The lighting
choices.
Visually, yeah.
The sunset, like in the scene where like everyone is burning and like was it smoke or stack? Like
Stack is the one that got yeah.
lit. So smoke is like in the water, like holding Sammy, and he's just like watching the sunset. Like, that's like visually.
God,
you feel like they finally made like they're the only two left in this sinful world.
They really use lighting as a story beat on itself.
basically, yeah.
lighting
They
helps
use it so
like,
well.
yeah,
throughout.
that's bring the story
really
alive.
well used.
Absolutely. What did you find with cinematography editing? What's your takeaway on Sinners?
Yeah, it's the only film on here that I could not rate as soon as I walked out of the theater. Like, Hamnet was a 5, and then One Battle After Another was half a star. But like,
We'll get to it.
I'm gonna throw. okay.
No, but Sinners, like I just like, and I know it's just so like like everyone knows Sinners now, but it just still like sat with me, and it's still just heartbreak. I still, my only gripe with Sinners is that the post-credit scene should have been in the film. I think the post-credit scene is one of the best moments in that movie, and just sums it up so well. And I remember sitting there and the credits rolled and people walked out, and because I'm such a Marvel fan, I was sat in that theater a little bit longer, and I was like, what? I was like, this is one of the best. Yeah, Ryan Coogler, yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah, I've never seen Bill Drive. Ryan Coogler is an amazing director.
But yeah, no, the whole
film is memorable.
Yeah, there's no portion of that film that I was like, oh, they could have taken that out. Like, yeah, it was excellent.
Definitely, absolutely, all those points. I'm a really big fan of race and ethnicity theory, and when you blend in supernatural horror elements, and you're really. This also I could consider being genre theory, because we have there's the drama periods, there's the horror elements, it's a period piece. And I like how, because horror's been going in this direction recently, and I'm glad the Academy is finally taking a note on it. Like combining these horror elements or this usual thing, like this usual like movie monster like vampires, and making it a metaphor instead for like the racial predation and community resilience, black labor. I think that is an absolute perfect use of that. Really transforming the like kind of Southern Gothic look into allegory, and these ethnicities are clashing. Yeah. And it's drawing from a lot of inspirations there. Obviously it's set in the 1930s, so you have that going for it. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about that one scene now, which is why I even say score, why a lot of these, like the whole movie is good. But when you get to like inside of the joint and they're performing I Lie to You, and it starts out like it's a very good performance, that's also where it kind of mixes, because you think it's going to stay in the 1930s, and then all of a sudden they're going over multiple generations.
It's a love letter to music.
It's a love letter specifically to soul, R&B music, hip hop, those basically black elevated music. That is a love letter. And I think there was nothing better in those combinations than Sinners. One of the best horror examples, I think this is finally going to be the movie to do it, to really get horror and seen as something serious, and to be appreciated in the same things as other forms of cinema. And with that, I left this specific one for last because
you take this one.
Okay,
Eric. Actually, I've been personally
okay,
but so to all those who hate PTA, I'm looking at you, Ethan, right now. Listen, one battle for what it is a really amazing film.
Sure.
Okay, there is a debate that the second half is better than the first half is better than the second.
Sure.
I personally thought it's like two different movies, but it's like an anthology story. It's like part one, you see the beginnings of them like trying to like start the revolution and save like everyone, and then like Leo's character ends up with, was it Tiana Taylor's, right?
Yeah,
Tiana Taylor's, and that's how they get Chase Infinity. And like he's kind of being a protective dad because he thinks, oh, this won't happen again. But like she's like, Dad, it won't. And then this is when Sean Penn comes in, probably the scariest. Like,
absolutely.
Like this is where the danger really happens. Like you can definitely see, it's like a goose chase in a way, but it's also like these characters. Like Benicio del Toro was really fantastic. It shows like how determined Leo is to like stop those who are taking away people out of the country. And also, like, to save his own daughter, like, because they have a horrible bond at the end. He's we see where it's like the car is like, finally, I found you. Like, you see, like, no, who are you? Who are you? It's me on your tail. Like, you could finally tell, like, the bond has grown a bit bigger. Paul Thomas Anderson will like peak Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, I watched Scooby Doo as a kid, so I knew.
Hold on,
I do actually have real points. I have real actual points.
I believe Super Smash Bros. In that, so it's going to happen right now. So please run away.
No.
Hey,
it's going to be one battle after another.
Make it through.
Bro's Marty Supreme.
That's my God movie. I'm
That
kidding.
is where I'm going.
But
Okay, when I
Do we have a secret agent over here?
hey yo, yeah, who's hiding? Who's hiding?
I'm gonna have to dream about
Yeah.
trains right now.
Let me get some train dreams in. I'm feeling really sentimental about my value.
to be frank of you, son, I'm gonna go on the F1 tracks and fly to Mount Begonia.
Okay,
We're being real center right now.
be the little center.
For some ham and that.
God damn.
Okay, we should.
What do you know? Okay, because I do really want to, like, before you say anything, yes, for context, yeah, obviously One Battle After Another is very favored and beloved by a lot of people, me included, Dean included, our friend Alex included. We all loved it.
Half the cinema club.
Half our cinema club, and this guy over here, for some
Keyword half.
reason, and I cannot. I've tried hearing, and I cannot
I'm going to-
understand for the life of me
Even-
why he doesn't like it.
Why don't you show
So
Let me
why don't
No,
you put
wait,
for the
let me give
record
me a-
right here, right now,
Okay,
your full
explain.
reasoning. Don't even worry
Don't-
about your, like,
We're gonna
specific
shut up. We're
topics.
gonna shut up. Don't
Yeah.
worry. It's
Just say
stand is
full
yours.
point blank generally why you don't like One Battle After Another. Go.
Okay, now I'm on the spot.
I'm sorry.
You knew this was not-
Yeah, we all knew this.
Yeah. Oh, wait. If,
It's just like the reason I joke about Paul Thomas Blanderson is I've only seen There Will Be Blood and Licorice Pizza, and I don't know, like One Battle After Another it's really well acted, but I don't know, there's just something about the screenplay, like with Nolan, with Spielberg, with there's a lot of directors that just have that sauce that just puts them in that category that's just higher amongst other directors. And for some reason, Paul Thomas Anderson's movies just blend in with the range of movies that aren't like well-known directors. Like obviously Paul Thomas Anderson's a well-known director, but his movies for me just fade into a background of I've watched it and then the next day it's not in my mind anymore. And I love, like I said, all the acting in it, but there's something, I don't know if I can't figure out like if it's his screenplay or the moods that he's trying to convey or the color palette, but there's just no heart for me in it, or at least it's something that like I don't connect with personally on like a personal level. And not all movies have to be on a personal level, but there's something about it that just doesn't stick and click with me for a lot of his movies. Even There Will Be Blood, like even though Daniel Day-Lewis is like a phenomenal actor, we all know that, and Paul Dano is an excellent actor. I think I don't know, his movies are just they're just flat for me. There's no, it's not Ari Aster with that 3-dimensional script. It's just like that one plane that's just, yeah, that's my
fair.
thoughts on it.
But
I think, and One Battle After Another, I love those first 30 minutes. I thought I was locked back into Paul Thomas Anderson. I thought I was like, okay, this is the first movie that I'm really going to enjoy. And I did also watch this one with Alex, and she seemed to be enjoying it too. And as soon as we do that 16-year, that time jump, it's a Scooby-Doo for 2 hours with great acting. And I don't know, I didn't feel it.
This is Paddington right now. You can't tell, but I have a hard stare on Ethan.
I did have Paddington in Peru higher on my last year's list than One Battle After Another.
That's fucking.
I had Naked
great.
Gun
I think-
over Paddington.
I think the Paddington hammock scene on a molecular level is better. No, I'm kidding.
That's great.
I'm gonna bring you some naked
No, yeah.
right now.
We're an audio only, so Dean was basically just like
about to ready to commit.
about to raise the middle finger, all a bunch of shit towards Ethan. But I do hear you out. I do think you need to watch more of his filmography to really get a better opinion.
Yeah.
You
But
gotta
I
watch
kind of-
39 Cent.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you on Boogie
Watch
Nights.
Master, we'll watch Punch Drunk Love.
But for now, I understand that.
I
As for me, yeah, again, this is just fun, especially in this like year of all years. Very important to have this. Incredible. Another one that's kind of genre theory for me because it's hybriding political satire with the action thriller genre. It's a very dark comedy in a lot of ways, and this idea of rebelling against the status quo and ideology. Yeah, I think that, and also it feels very, despite like holding a lot, it also feels like very natural in the dialogue, especially. Something like it's. I feel like it's the most believable acting out of all of them. For Leo, including, and again, like we were saying, some of them are like Sean Penn are very transformative.
This is a better DiCaprio performance than Coast of Flower Moon, not gonna lie.
I would say so too. just it's better for me to like get invested in these. It was the same reason why Nora was my favorite last year. I just like the ones that really perfect that.
Honora was 5th on my list.
That's fair. I think it was like 10.
I think that year there was too many options.
Yeah, there's too many
my
options, I
bangers.
think.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like 2023. There was
It's like
way too
brutal.
many.
This was
Right.
the only
They've been doing
option.
good with that.
I'm still annoyed. Real Pain didn't get in.
Yeah, that is one thing. But yeah, basically any of those, and it was the same for Marty Supreme. Like if you can,
Christmas Day, Marty Supreme.
Christmas Day Marty Supreme.
Hey guys, what are you doing?
It's like if you
It's Timothy Chalamet chilling, trying to stack under a million. Girl got $1 billion.
Mars Burgers today. Mars Burgers. Hey, Ethan, what are you doing? Mars Burgers today.
genuinely
Orange. You guys see
Yeah.
orange blend.
for all three, if you can perfect that like chaotic energy without like stressing yourself out, then I think you have that really locked in. But yeah, those are my thoughts. So let's say I'm going to go one battle after another. Sinners was a good win last time, but I just think it's gonna go to them.
I do have hope Sinners.
Yeah.
I will unfortunately say it'll probably be one battle after another.
I will fortunately
Uh,
say it's one battle after another.
But I'm going him. But I think
Okay.
one battle
Oh,
after another
oh,
will
Sinners
win.
wins. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Alright.
battle Ethan's Hamnet, Dean is Sinners, which I think that could go either way because those are all the three in the race. So yeah, like I said, our next episode, we're recording still before the Oscars. So when we do our third episode at the end, we will bring these back, tally them up, and whoever got the most predictions correctly gets a prize that I will figure out between now and then. Yahoo! All right.
4 pizza parties.
Speaking of
5 pizza.
Letterbox, who's up for a game? This is well, okay. We like to end every episode with like a game. It's gonna go by quickly because the way I'm doing it, that's a little bit interesting.
Sweet.
This is Guess the Letterbox.
We only
Tweet.
do one.
Well, that's what I was gonna get to.
Let's just do.
Because what I'm doing, usually this is quizzed with like one-on-one, but what I want to do is I want to make it competitive. So I'm gonna pick a movie that both of you have seen, and you have to guess what it is just based off the reviews on Letterboxd, and whoever gets it wins and has the wonderful privilege of hosting next week's episode. So, or hosting next week's
My
game.
phone's kind of dead, so
Kind of doing between. Well, I'm doing it on mine. So I'm gonna pick between. I have to make sure it's something that both of you have seen. I'm gonna go recently so that we don't like remove. Because if we go any like, yeah, it gets a little. So we're gonna do 2025 releases. I think that's fair. Let me see. I have to make sure both of you have seen this. Okay. I think I have mine locked in.
okay. Let's give it.
All right. Review number 1. The true villain is always the healthcare system.
And this was a movie that came out last year?
Yeah, 2025 release.
Last year. Hold on. Wait. Is this nominated for an Oscar?
This is not part of the Oscar. I feel like that would have been too obvious because of everything we've just discussed. So I made it a non-Oscar nominated one.
Nadine, we're not allowed to look at our list.
Yeah, don't look.
Oh,
That's
okay.
cheating. No looking. No peeking.
Okay. Wait. It's a healthcare system.
The true villain.
It's not Paddington?
No.
No, I'm just
We
gonna.
get a second review.
Yeah. Wait. So maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to save which. Oh, the last 10 minutes were enough to ruin everything that movie built up.
Wait. So this seems like it's a movie hated.
It's kind of mixed.
What did
It's a 3.1 average rating.
It's 10 minutes.
Think about movies where like the ending kind of threw you off from it.
I need my list.
Brother, you can't do
Is
that.
it Tron?
No, it's not Tron.
Is it
It's not Tron.
Is it Good Boy?
No, it's not Good Boy.
Good Boy was good.
That's alright. I love the dog.
Let's see. Okay.
You know,
I feel like some of these are really going to give it away, though.
Okay,
we might need that.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I just really fuck with dystopian fiction. I would give this 5 stars if I could.
Dystopian.
Dystopian.
Is it Electric State?
No, it is not electric. Okay, I'm going to say this is a theatrical release.
Oh, future.
So think dystopian.
Dude. Why is my brain like...
Yeah, wait, so I need my...
What a great documentary about America. That's another one.
Wait. America.
Healthcare system.
I'm trying to... Is no other choice?
Is on No Other Choice.
Fuck.
Hunger Games for Men.
Dude,
Yeah, I'm
Oh, yeah.
how, dude.
dude, there's about to be 10 minutes of room tone on here.
God damn. Holy hell.
Give us an answer.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. That's not technically the rules, but I'm gonna do it. The lead one is kind of giving it away, so we'll say Michael Cera.
Phoenician Scheme.
Stop it.
Running Man.
It's Running Man.
Hey!
Gene gets it. He will be the
I know
wonderful
Edgar Wright movie when I seen Edgar Wright, and I want him back of Simon Pegg. Please, Edgar, come back of Simon
Yes,
Pegg.
there we go. That goes to Gene. He's gonna host next week's game. I will figure out what that is. by the time we
Emperors, are
record
you
it.
ready?
Yeah, because we all kind of host equally, so we'll
Yeah.
do that. Thanks for listening to our first ever episode of Reel Roundtable with me, Eric Marmolejo, and your other co-hosts, Dean Weiss and Ethan Stafford. We hope you enjoyed hanging out with us. If you want to hear more about how all this theory and production talk plays out on screen, tune in next week as we kick off a full deep dive into 3 of our all-time favorite films. You can follow the show and send us your own Oscar picks or all-time favorite movies over on our socials, which you can find on Instagram and TikTok, and check the episode description for all the films and resources we mentioned today. You can also find our social links down there as well. We'll be coming to you every other Thursday, so be sure to follow our show and tune in at that time wherever you get your podcasts. And if you like what you heard today, send it to your friends and family for them to tune into as well. That's all for this round. Thanks for listening, and that's a wrap.